Hi, welcome to SBR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. The Missouri Valley Conference Tournament starts today on Thursday, and I'm going to give a quick preview of it right now. Of course, the two huge favorites are Wichita State and Northern Iowa. Both of them headed to the tournament ranked in the top 15 nationally, and right now 5 Dimes has Wichita State as the favorite at -130 and Northern Iowa at +140. Then the third choice is Illinois State, way back at +1,000. Both Wichita State and Northern Iowa wound up as good bets overall during the regular season. Wichita State was a 16-11-1 against the spread, and Northern Iowa was 16-9-3. And they both closed the regular season particularly strong against their spreads as well. Northern Iowa, they did lose their last 2 games against the spread, but they had been an amazing 10-1-3 against the spread before that, dating back to the first few weeks of conference play. And Wichita State closed on a strong 6-0-1 ATS run to end their regular season, including, of course, decisive win and cover at home over Northern Iowa. But Northern Iowa also beat Wichita State by a similar margin earlier in the year when Northern Iowa was at home. So it's kind of a close call, but to me, at the current odds, I think I'd prefer Northern Iowa to win at +140 than Wichita State at -130. Looking at how the rest of the field closed the regular season ATS-wise, Drake and Loyola Chicago were both notably profitable. Drake was 9-3-2 against the spread over their last 14, and Loyola Chicago was 8-2 against the spread over their last 10. And then on the other end, Bradley, Southern Illinois, and Evansville closed badly. Southern Illinois and Bradley had a hard time getting wins at all down the stretch, but they were ugly dogs that were also overvalued. Bradley was 0-5-1 against the spread over their last 6, and Southern Illinois was an ugly 1-8-2 against the spread over their last 11. And then Evansville, who was actually one of the better teams in the MVC early in conference play, and who have 2 of the best players in the conference, lost 7 of their last 9 games against the spread, although several of those ATS losses were very close and could have gone either way. So looking ahead to possible ATS value in individual games, Drake over Bradley at Pick'em, or now +1 in round 1. Seems like it should be a good play. Bradley had trouble getting wins at all in conference play, and they lost to Drake twice at home and on the road in the regular season. And then in the second round, both Wichita State and Northern Iowa might be good bets against whichever teams they wind up facing. They'll be huge favorites in those games, obviously, but again, they were good bets overall on the season, and particularly towards the end, and the line's probably going to be pretty key. Looking over how they play their opponents, Northern Iowa tends to beat teams between 15 and 20 points, but not much more than that. So the closer to 20 their favorite spreads get, the more I tend to shy away from them. Wichita State, on the other hand, does seem more given to a bigger blowout. So a spread close to 20 would be a bit less of a concern for me with Wichita State. And then I'd also look at Northern Iowa and Wichita State again, maybe in the third round on Saturday, when they should have favorite spreads considerably lower than what they'll have in round 2 on Friday. And in those Saturday games, they may again be a bit undervalued. Again, they both just seem to be head and shoulders above the rest of the field. But we'll see where exactly these lines come out when the games come around.